James Hamilton for MMA UK, joined on the wonderful Skype machine by Nicol. Thanks very much for giving us some time, Josh.
Yeah, no problem.
So obviously we've got you on. You're fighting this Saturday. You're fighting against Warren Killenback, and that's it on top. So fight week at the moment. How are you feeling leading up to the fight so far?
Yeah, good. Really excited. Just glad to get in there. I've only fought at Enter the Ring.
Oh, sorry, Enter the Ring.
Yeah, it's now Enter the Cage. It's been changed to. But that's the only show I've fought at, other than Smart Tournament up in Aberdeen. But it's not really a show. So, but yeah, it's good to be on a bigger promotion, kind of bigger scale, a bit more professional. Stuff like that.
And how much are you looking forward to that set up at On Top? Because obviously it's one of the top shows in Scotland. It's known for, obviously, it's known for its promotion and just the way they put the show on.
Just glad to have something that's really well organised, running up to the show, been given constant information. And then even when I get there, I'm just able to get there and have everything ready pretty much and not be running about or try to get information and stuff like that, There's people behind the scenes doing all that kind of work. And
with regards to the rest of the week, what does the rest of the week look like for you now? Obviously, I'm assuming all the hard work's done leading up to it. So what's the rest of the week looking like for you?
Just finalising some game plan stuff, just really drilling in what I want to work for my game plan, things like that. Just taking it nice and easy, just keep moving, just keep nice and loose, pretty much.
And who is it that's obviously you're training out of Food Dog, yeah?
Yeah.
So obviously you've got an experienced guy like Ian Fien in there helping you with that. So is it Ian that puts most of that together for you?
Yeah, it's mostly Ian. Also, we've got a Thai coach there, Craig Tillier. He's helped me a lot with my striking and stuff like that. And Ian's kind of just putting everything together, the striking, the grappling, groundwork, stuff like that.
And is that something you just leave your coaches to do, or do you sort of have any input in that side of things yourself?
Well, if there was something that he told me and I didn't feel that it was working well or I couldn't do it well, then I'd maybe say, well, maybe we should leave that. But everything he's pretty good at tailoring things to suit how I work, you know what I mean? So he doesn't really give me anything that I wouldn't be able to do or I'd feel uncomfortable doing.
Yeah, and does it sort of give you a bit of confidence leading into the fight? Obviously, Ian's a very familiar face, especially in Scottish MMA. He's fought in some big promotions as well. So does that just give you a bit more confidence leading into it, knowing you've got Ian there and obviously your Thai coach as well?
Yeah, it's good to have somebody with a really professional, very experienced background. Even with his judo, he's been in martial arts for years. So just to have somebody like that behind you who knows how it goes, how it works, what's the most effective things to do and training wise and things like that. It helps a lot, takes a lot of pressure off me, kind of. I just need to go in and do what he says. Don't need to think too much about it,
And the other thing as well, obviously Ian, he comes through at a higher level quite a lot. Have you had the opportunity to go through at a higher level at all leading up to this?
Yeah, I went through twice actually for Super Sunday for sparring sessions. Really big eye opener. Because compared to like being at Food Dog, everybody's kind of at the same level. We've all had one or two amateur fights, and then going through there with guys who's got double, triple the experience that we have, it's insane. Just totally different level.
And you survived Super Sunday, the infamous Super Sunday.
Justin, no more. I think it's just crazy to go for like having like even sparring sessions to just getting destroyed more or less. Just constant pressure and just really experienced guys.
And what's it like for you as well when you're through there? Obviously, higher levels are very experienced gyms, a lot of talented amateurs there as well. I'm assuming you're getting some feedback as well off the guys through there, and they're maybe like pointing out things to you that gives you a fresh look as well.
Yeah, they're good. They're all really good guys, really helpful and stuff like that. And they want to make, knowing that we were coming through there, not training there all the time, they were making sure that we were all getting different guys, just all different guys in the gym. We weren't sparring with familiar faces, things like that.
The other thing, I guess, as well, when you go into somewhere like higher level, because it's obviously there's a lot of solid amateurs there, but there's a lot of high level pros there as well. Does that sort of, when you're in your sparring with guys like that, does that again give you confidence that you might get tougher rounds there than possibly you'll get in the fight?
Yeah, definitely. Because if I can do all right against those guys, we'll have a pretty good chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to ask you as well is, if you could just tell us a wee bit about your background, what sort of got you into mixed martial arts and what's kind of led you to this point?
Well, when I was younger, I've done pretty much everything. But when I was younger, I must have been about 10, I started wrestling. only because of WWE. I turned up to the gym and it was just mats. There was no ring. I was like, what's this? But I kind of stuck at it and done a couple of competitions, and then I kind of drifted away again. And then like a martial arts gym opened up in Dunfermline, and my friends wanted to go, so I thought, yeah, sure, give it a bash. And they all left, and I ended up staying. And I've just kind of been working at it from then. Kind of a bit broken up service, you know. I trained for a year, kind of took a year off, come back, but I've eventually kind of stuck at it now. So hopefully this is me.
So just to go back, just to go back to something you said there, obviously WWE fan. What was that like when you? I'm assuming you've turned up to an amateur wrestling school as opposed to a pro wrestling. So what was that? That must have been a massive eye opener when you went in there.
It was just so strange, just like from like you look at it on the TV and it's like a big ring and all this kind of stuff, and then you turn up, it's just a couple of mats and just guys like grinding. You know, it's none of this flashy stuff. It's all hard work and, you know, a lot of like energies put into it and stuff like that, and it's all really technical, you know. But I must have enjoyed it because I stayed there for a while and competed. So
yeah, well, absolutely. And excuse me, it's one of the things you say about mixed martial arts. Probably the toughest discipline is the wrestling aspect. It's so hard on the body physically. With your training itself, what aspect do you find is the most difficult for you in terms of, is it jiu-jitsu, is it wrestling? Where do you find is the toughest area for you?
Probably for, maybe I would say striking, mostly just because I don't have as much experience in the striking as I do in the grappling kind of area. But I don't know, I just enjoy it all, you know what I mean? It's good to just learn stuff all the time and getting better and, you know, things like that.
And is that something then with the striking aspects, that's something you almost focus on a bit more to get more comfortable there?
Yeah, definitely. I try and go out my comfort zone in the strike and do things that I don't feel comfortable doing, just to get out there, and just especially in training. I mean, if you make a mistake in training, it's not a big deal. It's better to do it there than do it you know, in a fight. You know what I mean?
And the other thing with a lot of the amateurs as well, obviously most of the amateur guys are holding down a full-time job as well, which is potentially 30, 40, maybe more hours a week. What's your situation there? Are you working full-time then having to fit your training around your work?
Yeah, I work full-time, 38 hours a week, and I do all right. I train 3 to 4 times a week pretty comfortably. I'm not rushing to training or anything like that. And there's always opportunity to train more if I've got time, you know. But it seems to do all right. I wouldn't say I'm overworked, like I'm coming home from work and I'm tired and struggling to make it to training and things like that. I seem to balance it out quite well.
Yeah, that's certainly something good to hear, because that's something a lot of guys struggle with, is getting the balance right. So you feel you've got that balance right for you at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. I don't feel like I'm training too much or training too little, just a perfect amount. And if I feel that I want to train more, I can train more. If I feel I want to take a day off, you know, things like that. Yeah, it feels it's all right.
And we'll just focus a wee bit more on the fight again, with regards to Warren, who I believe he debuted in. He actually debuted in On Top. He's coming out of HMAC up in Inverness, Ross Houston's gym. Have you looked at your opponent? I know a lot of amateur guys don't look at their opponents because things change so quickly in the amateur ranks with fighters dropping out. Have you had a chance to look at Warren's fight at all?
I watched his fight from On Top purely because it was easy to access. It was right there on the page, and it's the same promotion, so I thought might as well. But to be fair, it didn't really take much from it because it ended pretty quickly. So there was only a couple of wee bits and bobs that you could pick out, but it wasn't really anything great that jumped out at me. And it kind of went the same way as my first fight as well. It ended pretty quickly, so we're kind of both even there, I guess.
So it's both these are coming into. I guess that's one of the things when they're going so quick. I suppose you do need to focus more on yourself, which I'm presuming that's what you have done through this camp.
Yeah, we've kind of focused on what I feel I'm strong at and where I want to take the fight, as opposed to what he's probably going to do and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and with regards to camps, I know a lot of amateur guys don't specifically have camps as such. What's your training been like leading up to this? Was there a point where you started picking up the training and training harder in the gym?
Wasn't so much intensity, more just like changing the what I'm training. So doing, if I'm hitting pads, it's combinations that I want to be doing in the fight. When I'm doing wrestling drills, it's wrestling drills that are suited to what I'm trying to achieve, instead of just doing whatever the other guys are doing. You know what I mean? Just making things really specific. But intensity-wise, not too much. Maybe just a bit more cardio. Try and work a bit harder. Push the wrestling a lot more. Stuff like that. Get more rounds in.
Yeah, and excuse me. So what is it? We're Monday, so what 4 or 5 days away from the fight.
Yeah.
What are you like emotionally leading into the fight? Nervous, calm? What's your sort of emotions leading up fight week?
A wee bit nervous. I mean, it's not too bad because I've been there before. I've already had the one fight, but also a bit nervous because it's a bigger promotion. So there's going to be a lot more people there. It's going to be a lot bigger arena, stuff like that. But I'm not too bad. I'll be glad when it's over though, because I tend to think about it quite a lot. See, as soon as you find out the fight's announced, you just think about it all the time. Even I go to bed, I'm thinking about it. I'm just envisioning it, stuff like that. But I'll be glad once it's over and just kind of chill my mind out a bit.
So it's almost kind of be like going to get a weight off your mind or your shoulders even
almost.
after the fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And support wise, have you got many people coming through? Have you got family and friends and stuff coming through to watch you fight?
Yeah, a good bunch of guys from the gym are coming through, which is always good definitely to have their support. And some friends and family coming through as well, so kind of even out.
Yeah, and what's that like? Is that, I guess it's an added pressure on top of everything else, or is that something you just tend to block out?
Just kind of block it out. I mean, I can only do what I can do at the end of the day. I mean, if I'm sure they would be disappointed, you know what I mean? As long as I'm going in there and trying my hardest and I've put the work in and train and stuff like that, so should all show up when they go and watch.
Yeah, and going obviously beyond on top, have you got a plan in mind, or are you looking to just make sure you're continually active? What's the rest of 2019 looking like for you?
Yeah, just want to be as active as I can. I mean, hopefully get at least 3 fights this year, maybe 4, that would be good. But just kind of take it as it comes. Don't push it too hard, go out my way too much because, like you said, at the end of the day, I've still got a job, so I need to try and work and keep it all around that. But if fights come up, then definitely just try and get as many as I can.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I won't take too much more of your time up again. Thanks very much for coming on and giving us a few minutes of your time, mate. Obviously, we'll look forward to seeing the fight on Saturday, and
that's great.
Best of luck on Saturday.
That's great. Cheers. Thanks very much for your time. Perfect.
No problem. Thank you.
Bye.
Right.